So it's 2011 and you want a 1440p 27-inch monitor. That'll set you back $1,000. I found this one for $40. Can we still use it today? Let's check it out. This is the Apple 27-inch Cinema display that I just picked up for $40. I was thinking $40 sounded cheap, but I guess it's very old. And I was just gonna sell it again. I think they're worth about $80 at this point. But then I realized my actual personal monitor is pretty old. So I wonder if I should just use this instead. I'm not a big fan of 27-inch monitors, but this could work because it is a 1440p display. And I didn't know they have speakers underneath here. And a webcam, which I don't really use, but maybe because I don't have speakers actually on my personal computer. I've been using this USB speaker thing from Amazon, which is terrible. So I wonder if I should just sell my personal Dell 24-inch monitor and just use this instead, even though it's kind of too big. It has USB ports too, which is cool. And then it has this mini display port. So since I'm using a Mac at the moment, this will plug right in. But for my PC, I guess all I have to do is buy the adapter, which converts this to a full-size display port. And then there's a USB to plug in to get more USB ports here. So let's plug it in and check it out. I think just having speakers in it alone is probably worth it, and also because I think nobody's gonna buy this because it's too old. See, there's the microphone right there for the webcam. So maybe I'll just use it for a bit and see how I like it. My first 1440p monitor. So these are the specs of the monitor: 1440p, 16.7 million colors. It only has a refresh rate of 60 Hertz still. But my main thing is the speakers, because maybe I'm getting old, but I just don't like speakers on the desk. If the speakers could be built in and sound good, that's all I need. I don't like things on the desk there, and I'm sure those of you that play games would probably argue otherwise. But yeah, so if it can sound good and look good for that low of a price and be capable of 1440p, then why not? So let's see how it does. So here's my current monitor, a Dell 24-inch that I like. And you might be thinking, how can you build gaming PCs when you have such a crappy monitor? It's just that you get used to something and it just sticks with you. And I don't really play games that much. I just build the systems, and I just like this monitor. Now, when you look at the Apple monitor, you can see it's much sharper, more clear, more bright, even though it's basically the same spec, I guess. But the brightness is definitely there. So then let's get into the video. So the first thing we did was try to play 1440p on the Windows side. This is a Mac that I'm using right now, but I'm using Windows on the Mac. And I'm amazed, it looks really nice. And then the speakers are very, very nice. And I can control the speakers and the brightness from the keyboard, which is nice, which I can't do with my normal monitor because it's a PC monitor. And then what I did was I went back into Mac OS and I tried the same thing. The funny thing is that it actually looks better on Windows than it does on the Mac side. So the Mac one's kind of, I don't know, it looked a little off. But on Windows, I mean, wow, it's very impressive. So yeah, I don't know what I should do here because I'm not a fan of the 27-inch monitor, but I couldn't really buy a 27-inch monitor for $40 typically that had really good speakers built in. So I'll leave the question to you. What would you do? What would you do in this situation? You have a very nice 27-inch monitor with very good speakers that you only paid $40 for, and I could probably get $30 to $40 for my old monitor, which is basically a wash, so it's kind of free. Would you keep the Apple monitor, or would you sell it for $75, let's say, and then buy something much nicer? I don't know, but as far as I can tell you right now, I love it. The speakers sound amazing, and this is going to be my daily driver, at least for the short term. I'll let you know in the comments below whatever happens to it, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.